Welcome to Nerdaties. Bitches.
No topics too absurd. No statements too asinine. That's right, Nerdaties. Nerdy Jersey's finest. That's who we are. Who we are specifically. I'm Mike.
I am Justin.
I am Kyle.
Vin.
Joe.
That's us in a nutshell.
Oh, this is me in a nutshell. Hi, I'm in a nutshell.
Someone had to do it. I don't know about anybody else who spends a lot of time driving around, but I'm really convinced that is going to be the end of me.
I have a fucking story for you today.
Driving?
Okay. The people around me.
Gotcha.
Very soon, there's going to be some kind of horrendous accident that I'm involved in because other people on the road are horrendous people. Now, this one didn't put me in danger, but it was the one this week that stopped me in my fucking tracks and said, "Can you believe the fucking balls on people?" We're all familiar with Church Road in Silverton in this group.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing too special to the listeners. Unless you're from the area, then you know it well. Pretty basic 2-lane road.
There's like
Comes out onto a major thoroughfare known as Brick Boulevard, Hooper Avenue. That's right where the intersection is, where it changes. And there's a left turn lane there that quite often gets backed up. Well, you got a
all
question?
right. No. I'm gonna give a little more context to the listeners about Church Road. There are like 15 churches on Church Road because that's why
It's
called
religious
Church Road.
fied.
There is also one of the largest senior communities right off of Church Road.
I believe that plays into my story too. There's a left turn lane when you get onto the major thoroughfare, when you get up to the major thoroughfare, and it backs up for a while because it's quite long. There was a fellow in front of me with his left blinker on who decided that because the light was about to turn red and something so fucking important was waiting for him, that he got into the right lane from us, which is the straight lane. You go in that lane to go towards the lagoon, not the lagoon, the river, all the houses on there, and got up to the light just in time for it to turn red. So he put his blinker on and turned in front of everyone that was stopped there.
Oh.
All 10 cars.
Oh.
I fucking can't stand people anymore. The
New York
entitlement.
plates?
Was
Yeah.
it?
Was it New York plates?
No. It was an elderly person. I believe, like Joe was saying, it's a local who just thinks they own the road.
Maybe he just did the quick assessment that all the drivers were decades younger than he was, and he felt he had a limited time left and didn't want to waste it at that light.
That's a choice.
Yeah,
It might be a
it
choice that
is.
went through his head.
Yeah.
I believe it's the wrong one.
Oh, I would agree.
I
Yes.
agree with you.
What if he was about to fill his diaper?
Maybe.
Then squishing it.
Yeah.
He could have turned right and went to the McDonald's and used their bathroom.
Yeah. That
Well-
whole area of Silverton, that everything around there is just awful to drive in.
Yeah. The people that designed Brick Lakewood, their lights shouldn't be 10 feet from each other.
Yeah.
No.
They shouldn't be.
It's gotten too prolific, to say the least.
Yeah.
Oh,
What was your traumatic story, Justin?
You are very familiar with the ShopRite parking lot here.
Not the worst parking lot ever, but on specific days like Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
I park way far out
Wait,
Yeah.
if I have to go there for
down by
something.
you?
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh boy.
because it is a show of shit
Yeah.
when it's nice and dense in there.
So today, we had to stop there after we picked up Zach from school. And I am pulling out of my parking spot. There's a car 3 spots over from me who's also pulling out. Going in the same, we're both pulling out like this. Not a
Mhm.
big deal. Until someone comes jetting down the lane like this. As I'm like this. Now, on this side is the parked cars. Behind me is the car who pulled out of this spot with me. I am now stuck. So I look over at the driver here. I'm like, can you move? And she's looking down at her phone.
Oh, that's lovely.
That's great.
So we're just sitting there. We're sitting there for like 30 seconds, right? And she looks up and she's like, "What is it? You got to move." She refuses. She's like, "You move." So I roll down the window. I stick my head out, and I was like, "Do you see the fucking car behind me? Where would you like me to go?"
Oi, you see the fucking car behind me?
How about put your phone down? No one's gonna swipe back on you anyway.
Ooh.
Back the fuck up and let me go.
Boy.
Did you drop the swipe line? Were you that cold? Ouch.
So she doesn't back up, but she like now goes out of her way so that I can at least get around, and then she gives me the finger.
I hate people.
Sounds like you deserved it.
I don't think I deserved it. She's the one who saw 2 cars pulling out of fucking parking spots, wasn't paying attention, kept coming down the fucking lane.
It's great. I have my dash cam, and knock on wood that I haven't gotten anything juicy yet, but I don't want to. Like, I don't wish that upon anybody to have that happen. But when it does, I'm going viral with that shit because there are some stupid fucking people driving.
You gonna talk some shit, Joe?
Yeah, he is.
I hate
Say, move it, you pig.
So like today, I wasn't in the mood. So like I was very calm, which is not normal for me. Usually I'm like yelling at that point and like hammering the horn. Even Ashley was like, "I'm proud of you. Handled that really well." Because today, Zachary's 4th birthday. It's also the 3rd anniversary of my mom passing. So like, not saying that I wasn't in a good mood. And I had to have a discussion with my father today that was like a long time coming, I guess. Him and my sister, and I think most people, I guess, at this point in our family are like concerned that I don't talk about her a lot.
Well, you talk about her a fair amount.
Well, you're around me all the time.
Okay, but you're not afraid to bring her up.
Not at
but
all.
you don't emote about her.
Correct.
But I think people expecting you to is expecting a lot of anybody. Like, we process things in our own way, and as long as you are processing it and having those emotions at some time, I'm happy for you. I don't need you to do it around us.
Right.
So that makes sense to me.
I appreciate that. And I wish most people were like that.
Ironic, your dad requested me on Facebook today.
Yeah, we were talking about you there.
Oh.
I think that, like, especially for your dad and your sister, they kind of expect it to be like a communal sharing of emotion, like between the 3 of you.
3 of us, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. But like the way I tried to explain it to them, both of them, Kelly understands it, I think, because her and I have talked about it more frequently than my father and I have. And I know I've explained this to Mike, but I get more angry about anything than I get upset about things. So like a few days ago, Kelly texted me and she's like, there was someone we know had sent us a text already about the upcoming day. And Kelly's like, she's like, would it be bad if we muted our phones on the day? And I was like, no, absolutely not. I think I might fucking go airplane mode. Because I'm so over the like what I feel is fake caring, because it only comes up like around now.
Yeah, I understand the notion of if you really gave a shit, you'd be asking me on a more regular basis how I'm doing, instead of, oh, I'm reminded that this is when it happened. Maybe I should reach out right now.
Right.
But at least there is the reaching out part. At least they're like, the people care. But I understand the perspective of back off.
But I'm sure you're also not just talking about people reaching out. Right. I'm sure you're also talking about the people who are like posting on social media and not reaching out.
That too. I hate.
Yeah.
I hate social media. Like if I didn't need it for this, I would not have it. Like more specifically, I guess Facebook, because too many people, because it's just the people you know kind of shit, right? So like I'm cool with like Twitter and Instagram because it's not so much that scenario. Especially Twitter. Like people that follow us on Twitter, I think the only family member that follows us on Twitter is like Kyle and Vinny. I don't have my own personal Twitter. I use the Nerdaties Twitter. Like that is fine with me. Instagram's fine because it's just like here's a picture, whatever.
Asses.
Yeah, but it's the Facebook of it all. And it was like I was saying to Ashley on Mother's Day. Like I didn't make a Mother's Day post until later in the day. We had shit going on. But like my wife would be perfectly okay if I didn't go on and post for Mother's Day. But there's people that we know that like if I didn't post something would text me to be like, oh, I bet it's hard. But is that no, I don't like if you see my fucking Facebook, I barely post anything to begin with. The most frequent post I make is once a month telling you assholes to tune into YouTube.
We love you guys.
I don't mean our audience.
But the people on your Facebook, yeah.
They show up. But it's just like I can't deal with that. Like it almost feels like they're doing it out of necessity to make themselves feel better.
It is the way the reason a lot of people do shit like that. Yeah.
And like
checking off boxes.
Right. And it aggravates me more than anything. So it's like I'd rather you not say anything to me. If that's how you're going to be about it. And I'm not asking, like, and that's the other thing too. This is in no way like an ask for like check in on me. Don't. I could care less. The people that I care about, I see every week, and they know
every other week
how I'm doing. Well, you're every other week, but I talk to you like almost every day. It's just I hate it. I hate social media in the worst fucking way. But yeah, so like my dad after our conversation was like, I get it, but like it's okay to get upset. And I was like, yeah, I know it is. You know? But like when I needed to, you and Kelly needed a strong person. That's just how I handle these situations. It's who I've always been. It's not the first traumatic experience I've had in my life. It won't be the last. His back hurts from carrying a lot of shit, but that's what I do. So there you go. That's the kind of day I've had. Then, just because it was this kind of day, we for Zach and his little birthday dinner that he wanted chicken nugget Happy Meal, so we took him to McDonald's. On the way to McDonald's, I was like, oh, let me click on the email, make sure we're good to go still for the interview tonight. I had sent the link yesterday or this morning, and I see we got a response from a sponsor.
I don't think we should divulge who the sponsor is.
We are not. We are not.
Right.
I just want to say congratulations to everyone in this group.
Yeah. All I'm going to say is we're not going to talk about Liquid Death much anymore. That's for sure.
Yeah, they're not getting free fucking press.
Liquid who?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, I drink my water because
Yeah, regular
water.
Yeah.
Liquid life.
It would seem that something's coming up Millhouse for the Nerdaties crew. I'm very, very excited, very happy. It is something that can get us back into the convention scene. It is the kind of thing that we've been discussing that we needed.
And
forward to this partnership.
I will divulge this much. It is the kind of advertiser I would like to have. It's a notion I support.
Yes.
And I would espouse it every week without feeling like a whore.
Yes.
It's actually funny that Justin brought this up right after the conversation he just had.
Yes.
Because I was going to say something that could have segued into this anyway. When Justin said that, being strong for other people. Yeah.
It's Trojan condoms. Trojan condoms want to advertise with us. They have to be strong.
Long and strong for other people.
Yes, to avoid further bills.
Get
It's
that.
$10 for a pack of condoms. $10 for a pack of condoms will save you so much money. Trust me, I know.
And if you have a giant dong like me, they have Trojan horse.
You're a
So
Magnum man.
don't be alarmed. Yeah, I mean,
They
could
really
fit
should
my-
name them that.
if it could fit my leg, it's good.
Trojan horses. You won't believe what's hiding inside.
They don't do that?
Oh, that's the name
And
of the
Magnums,
show.
right? Trojan Magnums are their
Is it
XLs.
Magnums?
Yeah.
That's the
And
name of
I'm-
the show. You don't Trojan horse. You.
Trojan
I thought they were a
Clydesdale.
different brand.
I'm proud to say I have used a Magnum before and it wasn't a complete disaster.
I just so everybody is aware, this is a fact. The only difference between a Magnum and a regular size condom is the fact that the Magnum's reserve for sperm is bigger because it's meant for larger loads. It's not meant for larger cocks.
Why is there so much promotion around it being for big dong?
Because people think they're cool when they buy them and they put them on and they're like, oh, my dick fits.
Well, then it is good that I use them because I got pretty good loads.
Oh,
It's always been the problem when I use condoms. It's like, wow, this
yeah,
is like coming up the sides here. I need
Right.
more. Any more tip?
dripping right down the sides. Now you know.
Yeah.
The more you
Yeah. My nickname is Blastoise. You know what I mean?
Vinny's coming to clutch with a show name.
You know when you open up a tube of toothpaste and you're holding onto the tube too hard?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that for me a lot. And often.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm crying.
My
So good.
nickname is Blastoise. Guys, I want to take a minute. There's not a lot of fucking news. And I don't know. I don't think Mike.
I've got a decent amount of stuff. We got a lot of trailers.
I saw a casting recently.
I
Yeah,
have
the
some
list is
rumor
awesome.
mills.
I have the list of like, since I've taken over editing the show, which has been a couple years now, of all the show names that we've written down.
That's great.
I'm just gonna go through some of my favorite ones. So we got Captain Chucklefuck.
This okay. Before you get into it, I will occasionally go through on the podcast app and look at our titles as
Yeah.
far back as we can go. I don't remember talking about these things ever.
Yeah. So I will pull out like excerpts if there's not something that pops me right away that I write down.
You're gonna give some pretense to people. This show's been on for 10 plus years.
Yeah.
There you go.
A lot
Captain
of stuff gets
Chucklefuck,
lost.
right? Cat-faced troll. Backdoor Iron Fist. It's Tank and Jet.
What?
There was an episode we did where someone fucked something up and it sounded Russian, and you came back with something. It's Tank and Jet.
Oh, I remember that.
Lazy Bon Jovi.
That should be a sexual term. I give her the
Hashtag,
lazy Bon Jovi.
hashtag I'm a fuck that clavicle. Jelly Nips.
That sounds like a Jerky Boys. Like, hey, what do you say to
I didn't
Jelly
know
Nips?
you guys named the show after me.
The Cuckinghams. Stop fucking my garage.
I think I remember the Cuckinghams. Didn't we have Fonzie fucking Mrs. C? And
Yes.
Mr. C had to watch?
Yeah. Hunt your dick off.
We're very mature.
Gun-toting marsupials. That was one of my favorite fucking stories. That was just a random story that like some fucking wallaby or some shit got in its hand on the automatic.
I don't remember. We have talked about so much stuff. Wow.
Tail fuck me now if you want to live. Cringe inducing. Pelvis titties.
I can kind of picture us talking. Were they like knee shooters? Was that where
I don't sit when I pee.
was that an episode?
That was
Yes.
totally. I remember that episode.
Tongue the pleather.
Oh my god.
Bananas fister.
Oh my. Tongue the pleather that was old school.
One of the most recent ones that makes me laugh really hard is stupid little pervert mustache. There's plenty more, but
We only really got into
Come-
naming them like this over the last like 6 or 7 years, right? Because
Yeah.
the old stuff was just whatever the episode was about.
Yeah.
Except for how to properly
Seal
seal your otter.
that so the first couple of years were the like topic specific shows.
Yeah.
When we started doing the more news heavy stuff, Kyle started to come up with fun names. And then how to properly seal your otter is what like cemented the okay, we have to have goofy fucking title names.
Oh. I think I'm still recovering all these years later from laughing that night.
Was Voldemort in that episode? I don't remember. Because I remember missing Carballo is.
What? How? Probably,
Yes, he was.
Okay. I will have to go back and listen to that one day.
Good fucking time.
Might have been the best run we ever went on. All right. I think we've set
Carballo. I forgot about Carballo.
Yeah. I occasionally get emails from his fucking, but it's not him. I think someone stole his email address.
yeah.
Was that was the first time he joined the show, right?
Probably. That was within our first few months.
Sorry, I read another one.
Dropped him out of camera view.
I love the fact that we're filming this now.
Lady in the Dick.
What? It's not even that funny.
It was the review of the live action Lady in the Tramp.
It's not even that funny.
It's not witty. It's not witty at all.
So
No.
red. He's so red.
That's the one that's breaking him.
I, for one, think it's witty.
I think Justin needs a nap.
Oh man. Good times. Fuck. Anyways,
Okay.
no casting.
Actually, there is.
Yeah.
What?
Also, no food news. Hooray,
Oh,
everyone.
we have food news, buddy.
Well, fuck you and get it over with.
Just for you.
You'll have to wait. It's been confirmed that Kristen Ritter is
Mhm.
coming back to Daredevil.
Yep.
Season 2, she's showing up as Jessica Jones.
I already called.
Confirmed. No, confirmed today. We all knew it.
I
Worst
confirmed it 3 months ago.
kept secret. All right, here's rumor. Patrick Schwarzenegger was spotted on the set of Doomsday, and there's a rumor that he's going to be playing Cyclops.
I'm about that.
I really like that one.
He fits.
A rumor that turned into be fact just today was confirmed by Bo DeMeo, former director of X-Men 97, in season 2 of X-Men 97, which I'm starting to think should be called X-Men 98, but what do I know?
I'm there with you.
Nev Campbell will be doing the voice of Polaris.
Oh,
I didn't know this was confirmed. I saw this.
There was rumor that she was going to be playing live action Polaris, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would they jump to Polaris in Doomsday? And like, if you're gonna do that, like if you're gonna throw Polaris in there, you'd want someone younger. Not that she's like old, but she's like my age. She's a little older than me.
Bitch, me ain't that old.
I'm not that young. I'm about to start seeing some AARP cards coming soon. But yeah, we have some actual casting. Trailers, though. Wow.
A lot of trailers.
No shortage of trailers this week. Too many to go through.
And they're all pretty good looking, too. Like, none of them were like, oh, this is going to suck.
Yeah. All right, we'll get the one out of the way that we know Vinny's going to roll his eyes out. Peacemaker Season 2.
Yeah.
I'm thinking some multiversal shenanigans are going on here because we got a Peacemaker meeting a Peacemaker.
I think the current Peacemaker that we're seeing at first is not the Peacemaker of last season.
Yeah, this is the DCU Peacemaker we're going to be following, and he's going to kill the DCEU Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. Or the other way around. DCEU Peacemaker kills DCU Peacemaker and goes into that universe.
That's fine, too.
Either way, let's just narrow it down to one Peacemaker because I don't want to keep saying the word Peacemaker.
I just, we got some Guy Gardner, some Hawk Girl.
Hawkgirl. Yeah.
And,
to tease them out a little bit before, or will that be after Superman? Or
it's going to be after Superman.
Okay, so we'll know a bit more about
right?
that.
Yeah. And, oh my God, why can't I think of who, the Pedro Pascal played him in Wonder Woman.
Oh, Max Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. As played by Sean Gunn.
Yeah.
I like him playing a more serious-ish character. He's done a lot of goofy stuff.
Yeah.
Lately, to have him be more of a straightforward. F1 the movie might be the least favorite title I've seen in a long time. F1 the movie.
However, the contents of the trailer didn't look terrible.
Could be interesting. Although, does it seem like Cars 3 in real life to anyone else?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does. Which is probably why I was like, oh, this might not be too bad.
I've never seen this. A blonde guy playing a race car driver? No, just a race car.
Looks fine. It looks like it might be like just a boring drama.
Oh, I kind of hope it focuses just as much on that other dude as it does Brad Pitt's character.
It will.
It's setting him up as kind of a villain, but I'd like it like both of them could be dicks, but they're just competitors. I think to have a balanced narrative about both of them would make it more interesting than just make it Brad Pitt's our hero that we're following.
Yeah.
The Conjuring, Last Rites, more jump scares.
Doesn't look that scary at all.
I enjoy the Conjuring movies.
Never got into them.
I could watch it at night, no lights, by myself. Don't even need Megan here.
Door unlocked.
Well, you gotta lock the door. My dad always said, if you don't lock the door, someone's gonna come in and slit your throat. Which is a motto we live by in this house.
The Old Guard, too.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the first one.
Yeah.
And they set it up very interesting for the second one. Keeping that same element that Charlize's character is not in the strongest form.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that I needed to see Charlize Theron and Uma Thurman fight.
Dude, when they showed her as the upcoming villain, I was like, oh, yeah.
Like, when it comes to action stuff, we're so fixated on the guys, obviously, because there's more action guys.
Well, you guys are because you're fucking sexist pigs.
Well, no, because there's more action guys than there are. We always think of, wouldn't this character be great to fight that one? Wouldn't this actor, this handful of guys that have been around forever, like, let's say Michael Jai White fights Dolph Lundgren. Well, that's pretty freaking cool. Probably happened. I don't know. But Uma Thurman did play one of the coolest samurai ever.
Yeah.
She did.
She is an action legend for just 2 movies.
Yeah.
And yeah, her in a sword fight with Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Alpha females, baby.
Oh yeah. As long as they don't do that stupid bullshit where like they just drop like a 6'5", 280 guy and they both weigh 100 pounds, I'm all about it. I love Leeloo Dallas multipass.
Well, I mean, Charlize. I mean, they're both playing gods, though.
Oh, I didn't even see the first one. I know she's got the
well, they're not
she's got the
necessarily
Beatles cut.
gods. They're immortals. Yeah.
She's
But
got the Beatles haircut, right? So Joe's probably dripping over that, huh?
They have enhanced features.
Yeah. She had
Yeah.
the Aeon Flux haircut.
They're enhanced.
Yeah, they're enhanced.
I don't know how you could enhance Charlize Theron more than she already is.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, great. Keep it going,
The Long Walk.
bro.
Stephen King novel
I missed
with
that.
virtually no supernatural. Those are always the scariest ones from him.
Yeah.
Stand by Me meets the Hunger Games.
Yeah. This looks like it could be in the same universe as The Running Man.
Yeah, dude.
Bunch of people. And is it young people or is it just any? Because it shows mostly young people.
They seem like young men who are doing it.
Yes. Elect to keep walking, to pull a
Yeah.
Forrest Gump. And whoever falls behind stays behind permanently. And whoever's the last one walking wins some kind of prize. That's a concept rife for torment.
Evil Mark Hamill.
Yeah. And Mark Hamill. This feels like it could be in a corner of the world that in the Fallout universe that didn't get hit by the nukes. Like it's got that kind of dystopian energy. Or it's the Purge world after they stopped doing the Purge but needed to torment somebody. So yeah, this looks interesting and fucked up. Also interesting and fucked up, Honey Don't.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I've seen a Coen movie. This isn't a Coen Brothers movie. It's a Coen Brother movie.
Yeah.
It's true. When was the last Coen Brothers movie? Is it Joel or Ethan?
It's Eaton.
Ethan?
Yeah.
Eaton. Is it Ethan? Because I'm pretty sure I
it is
read
Ethan.
Eaton.
Yeah.
Eaton.
The last movie he wrote.
Yeah. So he's writing it with somebody else, a woman, I believe. But they probably didn't have to tell me that Coen was involved. It was fairly obvious throughout the trailer. This has Coen energy.
He wrote Get Hard. He wrote Tropic Thunder. What? What?
It was one of the writers of Tropic
Yeah,
Thunder.
him, Ben Stiller, and Justin Theroux wrote Tropic Thunder.
Now I'm gonna have to go back and watch that and see if there's anything that stands out.
I didn't
Anything
know.
Coen-y. But yeah, I can't say I love their movies. I don't think I've ever seen one in the theater, but they're the kind of filmmakers that when they come home, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I need something really weird right now. And I don't want David Lynch weird, but close-ish.
It looks fun.
Does
Yeah.
look fun,
So there is an Ethan Coen.
but it's not the Coen brother.
It's not the Coen brother. So, like, Ethan Coen is the Coen brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
I brought up Fallout Season 2.
But that wasn't even a fucking trailer, guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say all it does is just
Well,
confirms
It
that we're
showed
going
you,
to
like,
Vegas.
the last few seconds of the end of season 1, and then it was like the panning shot of fucking the desert.
when the commercials were more for season 2 because those commercials weren't in season 1 of him shooting the Nuka-Cola.
But even that is just like it's reiterative. Like,
It's-
all right, he hated his life toward the end of that society. He couldn't stand
Yeah.
what he had become.
How he
So it's more, all right, yeah, he was in hell.
becomes more of the ghoul, like how that
Yeah.
happens. But can't wait.
And the coolest looking one out of all of them, I'd say, kind of saved it. That Honey Don't might be the coolest looking one, but Nobody 2. Wasn't sure where they're going to go with this one because it didn't end in a John Wicky way where he was back in the life. It kind of ended like I figured if they're going to do anything, they're going to make a movie with Jizza and Christopher Lloyd doing a road trip. That would have been sweet. But they're both back, and it's basically National Lampoon's John Wick Vacation.
Yeah.
Strong concept. I'm liking the swerves people are taking with sequels right now. Didn't expect M3 2 to be a good concept.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I like that idea. I thought Nobody 2 was just going to be a simple cash grab, but no, this could be a lot of fun. I kind of hope the rest of his family gets into the whole ass kicking game. At least his son. His son
looks
feels
like ready to fight.
Yeah. I'd like to see him do a little bit of training with his son and him get involved in the family business and have his uncle and grandfather pat him on the back for killing a bunch of guys. But that's all the trailers we got, right?
That's all the trailers.
That's all the trailers. Do you have anything and reviews before Joe and I talk about Andor?
I do have reviews. Is there anything other than Andor?
I didn't see
I
anything.
didn't see anything either.
Okay. So we finished Another Simple Plan.
Mm.
Bravo. Good job. Very twisty.
Another simple plan or another simple
Simple Favor. My
favor?
bad.
Yeah.
Mixed the band up there.
Hmm.
But yeah, Another Simple Favor. Good, fun ending. Recommend. They're good times. We watched the Tom Hardy action movie on Netflix called Havoc.
I didn't finish it. I got like a half an hour in, I think, and I was shit tired and I passed out.
It was done by the guy who did The Raid.
What'd you think? I heard mixed reviews.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm so cynical
Noticed.
when it comes to shit lately. So like, apparently when they made this movie, they had the infinite ammo cheat code on. Because guns were shooting far more bullets than they're supposed to on a single clip.
IDKFA,
God Mode the movie?
IDDQD.
Also, like, they took double tap to, like, septuple tap.
Just unloading
Like,
clips from people?
You headshotted on the first fucking one. 7 fucking more shots later. They dead, bro. They're dead. But yeah, like, infinite ammo mode really took me out.
After
it
shit like
wasn't-
John Wick, you start to appreciate when these things are done.
Because they're going by how much ammo is actually in the fucking clip.
Like reality and stuff.
Right. But it's still like he's moving like crazy like that and doing weird shit. So it's still got that fantastical fight element to it. But like also it was like, oh well, I guess that could happen because yeah, there's about 12 rounds in that clip and he's changing clips now. Okay.
Mhm.
This was like that's 32 shots from that handgun.
So it's like Young Guns?
Kinda. You watch a dude load a fucking 6-shooter and like 10 fucking rounds later, you're like,
Did I miss something?
are they Steiner mathing these fucking guns? But yeah,
Yes.
it's 90 minutes. Like you get it's full action.
Better
Yeah.
be.
This movie came out of nowhere.
We watched Jackpot the other night.
Huh.
We're late to it, but that was a fun fucking ride.
Mhm.
Is it John Cena's and Aquafina's?
Dude, hashtag Aquafina needs to be in everything.
Yeah, they should do more interacting.
Yeah. And Simu Liu and her just have their natural chemistry anyway. So like their shit together.
Yeah, like this time it's like, all right, you guys are gonna work together, but you don't like each other this time. Oh, we could work with that.
Yeah.
You're the opposite of best friends.
Yeah.
We'll give you gold.
Like it might be one of my favorite like action comedies I've watched in a long time. I really liked the two of them together. And he plays outside of his like normal John Cena of things.
Well, it seems like he either plays a perfect ass kicker or a complete schlub, like Ricky Stenicki
Yeah.
or Nicky, whatever that was, where he was an
Ricky.
absolute mess. This one, he's a guy who's a professional. He knows what he's doing. He does a great job the whole time, but he's not the best.
Yeah. He's not the best, but his heart is like in the right place.
Yeah. His scruples are incredible. Like I'll do this for you. I'll help you, and I'll take my percentage. I'll do the right thing.
And then when you find out why, you're like, wow. But yeah, I like them more than The Rock and what's his face?
Sock.
Kevin?
Yeah, I like those two better than The Rock and Kevin Hart.
Well, Rock and Kevin Hart, that's been pushed too many times.
Mm-hmm.
But she was really good in this too. Good times, jackpot.
He's on point with like everything.
2 thumbs up.
That's your reviews then?
Yeah, talk Andor while I go take a piss. I'll be in time enough to join in with Vinny on shitting on it.
Well, before you guys get into it, I did watch episode 7 today.
Okay.
Episode 7 was the best episode since episode 1.
Wait till
Definitely
you get to
the best
episode
episode.
8.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
they definitely turned it up a notch.
8
I'll tell you what,
dialed
the
his-
lady that has the fart smell face, I find her attractive in the most like hoity-toity way possible, but she's got that like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, resting bitch face. Yeah,
No, it's not. It's like
resting bitch scowl.
elitist British scowl.
Well, I describe her as Gillian Anderson if she was pissed off all the time.
All the fucking time.
She's actually quite lovely when she smiles.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen her in interviews. She's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
she's very pleasant looking,
Mhm.
but when she's full Imperial mode with her hair back
Yeah.
like that and in that outfit, like I'm looking at an image of her right now on IMDb.
What-
It's just off-putting.
Yeah, when she's full Daedra. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whatchamacallit, when the guy goes to her, you're emoting an awful lot, and she had to like fucking collect herself and be like a robot.
Mhm.
She's like, well,
Huh.
it's cool because it kind of shows you the dynamic of like how you pretty much have to be a drone to be in the Empire.
Yeah. And that
That will.
Yeah. episode 8,
Uh-huh.
she gets pushed to the limit
Yeah.
on what she will accept and whether or not she will accept something.
Dude, the
Good.
build up in episode.
There's a
8.
scene between her and that Pinocchio guy, the dude who looks like he looks like Plastic Man, Cyril, the guy
Cyril.
who's her man piece.
Mm-hmm.
There's a moment between the two of them that like I never thought I would see in a Star Wars
No.
story. It is so fucking intense
Mm-hmm.
what happens between those two.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so he survived?
Wait, you're having episode 7, right? You said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just keep watching.
Yeah. He's
So he, like-
around in episode. He made it through episode 7.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
So
keep
he got
watching.
shot.
Just keep watching.
Then you're past episode 7.
Oh, maybe I
Is-
watched episode 8.
Episode 8 is when shit goes
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, with the
Okay,
the-
yeah.
The-
Oh, so
the
you've seen the
massacre?
scene between the two of them.
yeah, when he's like, huh, that was his best scene. He was
Good.
almost totally redeemed, and then he took another left turn.
Well,
Yeah.
He's circling the block in all the worst ways.
the whole part, the whole build up to their fight scene, and then the end when Cassian goes to him, I don't
Who
know
are
who
you?"
you are.
Yeah.
It's like,
He's been chasing him for how long?
For
And he has
s-
no clue who this guy
Dude,
is.
and he got shot with his own blaster. That was an impure. That was the blaster that was ganked from him. That's how it ended up on that planet. On Gorman.
Really?
Because Cassian had it.
And then, like episode 9,
Ooh.
the tempo is different. I was really surprised they did the whole Gorman thing in 8. I'm like, well, how do you do 9? Like, what could they do that's so good in 9? It's not actiony, so you might not love it, but the tension is there.
It's more race against time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been the theme of episode 9 would have been race against time.
Yeah. Someone makes a decision that needs to be made,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's getting them out of that situation that's done so well.
I did watch Precious Cargo, the episode of Rebels that takes place right after episode 9.
You know, I just watched that the other day too. I hadn't seen that since it first came out, and it's so great to see it all connected together.
When they she's gonna get the Yavin, but we're gonna have somebody bring her there.
Yeah. Seeing Yavin in its early days as a base, seeing the insides of the rebellion, and seeing a bunch of guys just show up like they're new recruits, and they're being put through military training. Yeah, it's not just a ragtag group anymore. They're trying to make a military.
I liked how in episode 7, when Bix is trying to get Cassian to the Force healer, and he's just having no part of it. It's his whole thing against the Force.
Well, I don't even think it's his against the Force. He has a thing against destiny. About being dictated to, about that there's something controlling his life, and the Force, sure, that does play a part of it. So maybe he does resent the notion that there's something pulling his strings, but he also doesn't want to heal.
And he thinks she's full of it.
Yeah, he thinks the Force. That's the thing. Like, everyone knows the Force exists. Not so much at this point, because Jedi have been snuffed out and nobody knows the Emperor is actually a Sith. So it could be more legendary than anything else. But beyond that, like, he doesn't trust people like that, and he doesn't really want to heal. He wants to be stuck in his darkness. Yeah. At this point. And I actually kind of really liked the decision that Bix made. I was wondering how, like, where her story would go, and as she's describing it, at first I'm like, this is kind of cheese. But no, like, she's a believer.
So, will we see her again?
I think so, yeah. I think the post-credits on episode 12 will be after the Battle of Yavin.
I was thinking that, too. It's going to be, she finds out
there's
what
gonna
happens.
The screen's going to go black, and then you're going to see, like, one BBY, or, like, it'll be after the Battle of Endor, and she shows up again. Yeah. It'll be something for her to show respects to what he did. Yeah. I'm actually bummed that the last episodes of this are tonight.
I looked
this
at
so fucking good.
The time. They're shorter than 7 through 9. 9 was long. 9 was an actual hour. These are shorter.
I just hope, given who they just picked up in the story, they're a bit lighter.
Yes,
a bit more comedic at least.
I do want to. I think this is going to be more of a. I honestly think they're going to go try to assassinate Daedra.
Probably.
They're just gonna, and something's gonna happen, and Luthen is going to actually put himself on the line to let somebody else escape.
He'll probably sacrifice himself. He isn't long for the world. The last conversation he had, he's like, dude, I'm coming to the end of my rope.
Yeah.
I'm so happy with that show. So worth the time.
The writing is just fucking phenomenal.
It actually respects the viewer.
Oh, God.
A lot more than other Star Wars stuff does. It's not really hand-holding.
The character, just the world building of those characters is...
I'm saying world building. It's a world that's already been built with 9 fucking movies.
Not this way. These characters, we've seen one. Actually, we've seen 2.
Continuation of a story we've already been told. It's just fleshing it out. It's not world.
That's building the world. up
But
more.
it's in a pre-established world.
Yeah, but it's fleshing the world out more. It's part of
It's
world
fleshing
building.
it's fleshing the story of that group of the rebellion out more. It's not building a world in which a new story is taking place. The world exists. That whole thing has been told to us in 3 separate forms of fucking media.
But it's
through
still
books,
building
through
upon
movies,
that world. It's still world
through
building.
shows.
When you see layers, different layers you've never seen before, that's an element of world building.
I disagree.
Well, that's fine. Anyway, on to news. Hey, do you know they're making a sequel to Practical Magic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
30 years now?
Yeah,
30
whatever.
years on?
Who gives a shit?
It's
Good
coming
for
out September 18th, 2026. Have you told your wife?
Oh, she knew about it before I did.
Okay.
Sandy Bullock, Nicole Kidman, who else?
Come on, Michael. Do you know what we're doing for her birthday next year?
Gee, I wonder.
Going to see that movie.
Who's all in it? Who's the third one?
Well, there's only 2 of them in the original,
Yeah,
right? Did they?
it's
Oh, I thought it was 3. It's Sandy Bullock and Kidman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun.
I mean, I didn't dislike it back in the day.
Not a
It
bad
wasn't up my alley.
It's not a bad movie.
No.
We watch it every spooky season.
They're the only people cast so far, so
Are they going to
Nothing but
pass the torch to their daughters and come out with a third one?
Makes sense.
well, there's definitely going to be some young Hollywood 20-somethings playing Kidman's daughters in this.
Yeah.
Didn't she have 2?
Did too.
Yeah.
They would
World building.
They would have to be. Well, they'd be in their 30s, not their 20s.
Yeah, and then we'd see their kids.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna do the Echo thing where one of them turned out just like their mom, the other one turned out just like their aunt, and then they only have the one has 2 kids, and the curse continues. So that was the gimmick in that, right?
Fine.
Yeah. Rockstar Games, in case you wanted to play GTA 4 again, only prettier, you're gonna have the option, because rumor has it they're re-releasing GTA 4 and it's special
internet. Oh, there we go. We're back.
Super.
because money.
Yeah. Money.
Plus,
Oh.
they're going to end up delaying 6.
Oh,
Probably.
Yeah. It's definitely going to get delayed again.
I mean, the fact is, though, Rockstar wouldn't be working on this GTA 4 remaster. They'll do the same stupid shit they did with the other 3 game remaster,
Mhm.
where they sourced it out to someone else who screwed it up because they didn't know what they were doing.
Sure.
And they'll still figure out a way to delay GTA 6.
Mhm.
Ted, the Seth MacFarlane character, is getting an animated series.
Really?
Yes, with not only his voice, of course, but Mark Wahlberg and Amanda Seyfried are coming back.
Oh, so it's going to be present day.
Yes, and we're getting a 2nd season of the live action series,
Okay.
which was pretty fucking funny.
I didn't start it. I wanted to watch it. I liked the Ted movies.
Yeah, it's worth checking out. It's weird in that you have to believe this kid that they have playing a young Mark Wahlberg looks nothing like Mark Wahlberg. But everything else works. And they completely changed the parents' dynamic.
Okay.
But it's more sitcom-y. The characters that they had why can't I remember his name now? Fucking Kevin Smith's friend. And
Ralph Garman.
yeah. Ralph Garman and the lady that does Lois's voice. They were like paper thin. They actually created characters for them. And new Kong and Godzilla movie. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, don't care.
Supernova.
If a fucking galaxy doesn't explode in this movie,
I just
why? Why are you naming it that?
Kong Godzilla New World Order Empire was awful.
It wasn't great.
No, because Godzilla -1 was. I watched that, and then I watched that
too-
other movie.
I hate when you do that.
No, but it's just Godzilla. I'm just saying, it's just Godzilla in general. I watched a good Godzilla movie, and then I watched the shitty Godzilla movie.
Well, the Godzilla movie before, the Godzilla Kong movie beforehand was pretty good.
I did. I enjoyed that one. I just
Yeah.
thought the second one sucked.
None of them are good. Godzilla -1's good.
Did you see, Joe, did you see the redesign for -1?
What? Wait, no,
You haven't seen the clip?
no.
Yeah, they have like an updated design for it, and the green fucking fire.
What?
Yeah,
Godzilla -1 what's it called? Redesign?
I guess. It's like a little clip. Fucking sweet. It's the slightest tweaks, but it's fucking good.
Okay. I will.
I have hopes for this one. See some like intergalactic kaiju come. That'd be pretty fucking cool.
My last little bit of news is that they're finally moving forward with the Highlander reboot. It should start filming in September.
Hell yeah.
The Henry Cavill led Highlander reboot.
Henry Carvel.
Beautiful.
Right, I'll take over the news. A moment of silence is due. For those of us big wrestling fans, a legend passed the other day. Sabu, an ECW original.
Dang.
The homicidal, suicidal, genocidal Sabu.
Spermicidal?
No. So, a moment of silence for a man who helped pave the way for hardcore wrestling and, you know, inspired much of the current generation to do what they do. So, good day, good sir.
I watched it.
Yo, fucking cool, right?
Oh my god, that is so cool.
So apparently there's a possible Planet 9
I saw this. This is cool.
in our solar system that astronomers have stumbled upon. What are you saying no for?
I'll say no. I just
thought you've been all about this shit.
no. These fucking nerds. They don't know shit. They're so full of shit.
Okay. Moving on then, since Vinny's such a strong voice here for this. The Golden Globes have announced next year they're going to be doing a fucking podcast category. So you boys, going to need you guys to do a little fucking footwork for us here. We're going to need some likes and some reviews. Anything we do, whatever we can get nominated, whether it's one of our specials or EPW or whatever in the podcast realm, it is my goal now within the next 2 to 3 years that we at least get a nomination for this, if not win. God help our family if we win a Golden Globe for this fucking podcast. Because I'm going to put that shit on a chain like Flava Flav and wear it to every motherfucking event. Everyone. I'll be like, oh, hey, what'd you have to say? I'm sorry, I can't hear you over my Golden Globe for my podcast.
It's okay. They still won't listen.
You know what you got to do? Remember the episode of The Simpsons when Jay Sherman was on it and he had the Golden Globe and it came out of his pants pocket? It's like, oh, my Golden Globe.
Oh, Golden Globe. Yeah. We're going to win that. I'm going to lord that shit over everyone.
Well, at least you're doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah. To prove that I was always right.
And at least you have reasonable expectations.
Mm-hmm.
I think we produce some very entertaining stuff. I think our specials are pretty fun. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I would say our stuff is up there with some of the best.
Anybody else think Joe Rogan's going to win the first one because the world is horrible?
No, it'll be Midas Touch if anything, because they're that and Travis or not Travis, Jason Kelsey's wife's podcast is outnumbering his too.
Which,
Rogan?
yeah, they'll give it to like newer people that are like, Rogan's consistent, but like, hey, he's not in. They're gonna give it to people they want to promote.
Yeah.
And like they'll give it to like Bill Maher or some shit.
Rogan doesn't fit the narrative.
You know who probably get it? Smartless.
You guys ever hear Mr. Ballin?
No.
Yeah.
He's like a true crime guy.
Yeah, it could be one of those like pre-written ones that aren't necessarily conversational.
Yeah.
It's a very broad category.
So Megan's talking at me to let you guys know he has like 5 to 10 millions in subscribers and listeners.
Who?
Mr. Baldwin, and she did it like this. He's got 5 to 10 million.
Yeah. I said I listened.
All right.
That-
I know.
I heard-
Shut up. She heard me.
There's a new NBC comedy coming this fall called The Fall and Rise of Reggie Dinkins, and it stars Tracy Morgan and Daniel Radcliffe. And it's being produced by Tina Fey
I mean,
Oh, man.
that part definitely
There you
makes
go.
sense.
That's a win.
and a few of the writers from 30 Rock.
All right, now we'll all be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a
it's
win.
gonna be fun. That's gonna be a fun fucking.
I
One.
can't get into Tracy Morgan long term.
I love Radcliffe.
Yeah.
Did any of you guys watch the TBS show he did or TNT show, whatever the
Mhm.
fuck it was?
With Steve
Who's
Buscemi.
Miracle Workers?
Yeah,
I watched the first couple episodes
I watched some
and
of them.
I thought I was going to get sucked in completely, but didn't. The fact though that it's kind of an anthology and that each
Yes.
season they're in a different situation
yeah,
interests
it's
me.
good. It is good.
The
Like,
first season was the worst one. I
Yeah,
think.
first season is the worst one.
After that, it's good.
The Mad Max season looks pretty interesting.
It was announced today that Amazon Prime Video is bringing back American Gladiators,
Oh, no.
and it is being hosted
Don't say Hulk Hogan.
by The Miz.
I
You
thought
know
it was
what?
going to be Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah,
Miz
Yes.
makes sense.
and that
Miz-
man's name
Miz makes
is
sense.
Johnson.
Yeah, The Miz is perfect. I'm excited for this. I like American Gladiators. 13 Ghosts is getting a TV series.
On where?
Yeah.
It's Netflix. I'm out.
If it's Netflix, it could be okay. If it's like HBO Max, it'd be all right. If it's like TBS,
No.
goodbye.
Yeah. No.
I'll take the Maxes or the Primes.
I just.
It does not have a streamer yet.
Is it just another remake?
Give me a second.
It's with their own spin because now they're going to have people do seances in haunted houses.
So
You're going to have these ghosts run through the wall with a huge
what it
jump
is,
shot.
like, something that we've been saying about the movie for a long time is that we would love to know the background of the ghosts because some of them are pretty fucking interesting.
I agree.
So they're going to be getting like an episode per ghost.
If they were just doing 13 episodes on the backgrounds of the ones from the remake movie, that would be
I
incredible.
would watch that.
It is a 13 episode season.
No, but
Okay.
is it the universe of the remake? This is that because, or is it its own universe?
Either or, I'd be okay
They're
with.
not.
They're
They're not saying yet,
Okay.
but I mean, either way, it's still a pretty. Like I've always wanted to know more.
Oh yeah.
Those concept and designs were pretty fucking
Did
cool.
you ever watch behind the scenes on that? Because
Yeah.
on the disc, I have the disc. They break down all the stories of those, and they are disturbing
Oh yeah.
deaths for those characters.
The fucking jackal. Ugh.
Yeah,
Ugh.
the hammer.
The hammer. Yeah. The juggernaut.
Hmm. Well, the giant fat guy. I can't remember his name.
No,
Something
the,
child.
The dire mother and the
Yeah.
Fuck, something child. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's disturbing.
Gollum will officially return to the big screen for Christmas 2027 in Warner Brothers and Andy Serkis's The Lord of the Rings: The Hunt for Gollum. It'll open in theaters December 17th.
I snapped this story, and then when I was going through, I was like, nah, we don't need to. Didn't they fucking learn from the video game?
I think this is trying to be a make good on the video
But-
game.
Well, I know the reason why, money, but why? Like, haven't they learned from the Hobbit movies? They weren't good.
They made money though.
This is a movie though. This is not a series.
The Hobbit movies issue was that it should have been one fucking movie.
Yes. Yes. But
This is the life and times of Gollum, I guess.
it like that's a very broad life and times. He lived for a
Yeah.
long
Well, it's gonna be
time.
70% in the cave in the dark by yourself.
Yeah.
Or is it the period between The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, where he's like in the wild searching for the ring?
Could be that.
I don't think he was in the wild searching
Where
for the ring.
was he still in the cave
I thought he was captured by Sauron
Yeah, he was captured and
and
tortured.
tortured.
for all that time? He was tortured.
For them to find out that the ring was in the Shire.
Yeah, but like that's a big gap of time. Did he spend a chunk of it still in the
Ooh.
mountain trying to find it, and then eventually?
What
came out?
happens if the hunt for Gollum is Sauron's Mordor crew hunting for him to capture him and making, doing all that?
I'd imagine there would be two separate groups, at least.
That would be interesting, but
Like,
I don't know how do they do that?
yeah, because
It's the same thing. It's just them banging around in the darkness of a cave.
Yeah, don't make it dumb. Don't just like Rings of Power. Say, how dumb can we make this and have people still watch it and say it's good? Let's try. Where's the dartboard? All right. He walks around shitting his pants. Let's put that in there. He likes to whack off with the ring on his wiener. Let's put that in there. And then we'll coin flip for the other one. We'll get the guy in the basement to pick.
AMC Theaters is offering 50% off tickets on Wednesdays starting this summer. So, you got a Wednesday off in the summer? Go catch a flick. It's half off.
AMC, you say?
AMC, I say.
Oh, well, that's where I already have my stubs.
Physicist Michio Kaku says time travel isn't sci-fi anymore, it's just an engineering problem. Once confined to the pages of science fiction, the concept of time travel is now supported by serious theoretical frameworks, shifting the conversation from if to how. Our growing grasp of quantum fields, wormholes, and general relativity has turned what was once fantasy into a tantalizing scientific challenge. The major hurdle, however, remains the energy required to manipulate the fabric of space-time itself.
Oh, that?
The theoretical models exist, but the colossal power needed to actualize them is far beyond current capabilities. Still, history is rich with examples of once impossible feats like flight or moon landing that became reality through perseverance and innovation. If Kaku's optimism holds true, the ticking clock of technological progress may one day sync with humanity's oldest dream, to move freely through time.
So if you're reading the subtext in that the same way I am, please keep laundering your money to me so I can pretend that I can do this stuff. You ever hear Uncle Rico and his time machine? Something like that.
Where the fuck did Kyle go?
I don't know. I think he was running away from food news.
I do have to get going myself.
Yeah, I know. She's getting late.
Later, fellas.
Good
night, buddy.
night.
One love.
Right before food news here, I have some facts about Ghostbusters 1 and 2 that I did not know.
Ooh, do tell.
Oh, yeah. Both the Ecto 1 and Ecto 1A have a rear driver's side door, but it's never used.
A rear driver's side door.
Yes.
I never even thought that it didn't. Like, huh?
Yeah, they have a door, but that side door is never used.
Okay.
Yeah, because in Afterlife was the first time we actually saw the.
gunner door, but that
Yeah.
was passenger side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The police officer guard in the jail in Ghostbusters 1 also plays a police officer as Carl Winslow in Family Matters.
That I knew.
I mean, that would really
Yeah.
was that actually trivia? You expected nobody to know
Listen, I'm going through the facts that they've listed. The tubes connected to their flight suits are for urine. Sometimes they're shown clear and other times they're shown yellow, meaning at some point our hero Ghostbusters literally pissed themselves.
that? Okay, now I have something to pay attention to next time I watch it.
Yeah, they're both on Max
That-
right now.
That
Yes,
I
they
have
are.
my Blu-ray sitting right me on.
Nice.
In Ghostbusters 2, the judge recognizes the Scoleri brothers as someone he tried for murder and had executed and gave them the chair. That means they were killed at some point before 1963, as Eddie Lee Mays was the last person executed in New York City in 1963 by way of electric chair, before it was abolished in 1965.
Okay, so the movie took place 5 years later,
89.
89.
Mm-hmm.
So what year? 63, 64? You say
It would have to be in 63, yes.
63. So 26 years. Judge Wexler, I think that was his name. Yeah, he could have been a judge. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Makes
he was
sense.
at least in his 50s, probably closing on 60.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and that would make sense. He would probably be a young judge
Mm-hmm.
trying to prove himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Louis Tully constantly locked himself out of his own apartment in Ghostbusters 1, only to eventually be possessed by the Keymaster.
Ooh.
Ah.
Am I the only person who thought that he wasn't locking himself out? That the ghosts were doing it?
It could have been, but either way.
That is
So-
good wordplay.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Ghostbusters 1, when Winston says, "I've seen shit that'll turn you white," you can see Venkman laughing at the line in the background.
It was a great
So
line.
It broke Murray.
It pains me that Ernie Hudson had one of the best lines in Ghostbusters 2, and they cut it.
Pains me that he has a great backstory, but it never got used.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they kind of tease at it for the new ones, but don't give you enough.
The Hudson River between New York City and the Statue of Liberty is 50 feet deep, and the Statue of Liberty is 111 feet tall. So she should have only been seen about waist deep in water when crossing, not up to her crown in Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah.
Ray got a bit swindled when he bought the Ecto one for only $4,800. $4,800 in today's money is about $14,600. The 1959 Miller Meteor hearse was about 25 years old in 1984. A 25-year-old used Cadillac hearse from now is worth about $6,500 in today's money, or about $2,125 in 1984.
And do they mean a working
Yeah, there you go.
hearse? Even as a kid, when he was rattling off that list, you're like, you have the same look on your face that Venkman does.
Yeah. The elevator scene is the only time the proton pack is depicted being switched on from the pack itself rather than from the neutrino wand.
Fuck, I have to think about this. Switch me
That's
on.
interesting. Yeah, I never thought about that. I always thought that on the neutrino wand, they were opening up the gate to pull the trigger. They were kind of like flicking the safety on. But yeah, they'll flick it on there and you'll hear the power up.
Yeah.
Because in Frozen Empire, they switch it on through the backpack. And
Yeah.
There's a couple parts where they do that, but
Yeah, it is. I think I think this is right. It is the only time that I can remember that the packs are used.
yeah, I
to flip it on.
don't remember them switching it on that way. Even like when they're in the courtroom, they use the wand.
It's kind of silly.
Yeah.
Like, why would you have both of those? The only reason to do it is so you can have that moment of switch me on, and they can do that like back away bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it was something after that first run that they adjusted to be switched
Like-
to the one.
Or like yeah.
That's very Tony Stark of them.
Yeah. Ray is the only Ghostbuster ever seen carrying a trap on his belt.
Yeah, was that during the hotel sequence?
Both movies.
Huh.
Venkman and Winston are never seen using the PKE meter.
That's true.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that is 100% true. Yeah, yeah.
Well, at
that I
least
know.
for Venkman's part, it makes sense. Winston could probably figure out how to use it.
Winston used some kind of sense. It wasn't a PKE meter, but some kind of sensor in Ghostbusters too.
Yeah, when he was scanning Vigo.
Yeah,
That cheese grater.
yeah.
Winston mentioned he was paid 11.5K a year. In 2025, he made about 35,000 to be a Ghostbuster.
Ooh,
Wow. I would be making more than Winston.
Yeah.
me too.
That
But
always sounded like a low number, too.
where the character went, you know.
The only times the Ghostbusters are actually shown inside the Ecto-1 in both movies are when they're pulled from a longer deleted scene. Winston and Ray in Ghostbusters 1 on their way to the fort, and after Ray gets possessed in Ghostbusters 2.
Mm-hmm. I wish that full scene existed of the possession.
Mm.
Hook and Ladder 8 was an active firehouse during the filming of both movies.
Did any of you guys get that crazy edition of Ghostbusters 1 and 2 and Afterlife? The one that was the proton pack?
No.
I
No,
didn't
even
either.
I don't have that much disposable income.
I didn't either. But it supposedly had a lot more deleted scenes that I don't know if all of them went on YouTube.
Let me see if the Blu-ray has any listed.
The interior set, this is the last one. The interior set of the firehouse was also a firehouse, but not in New York City. That set was in Los Angeles and can be seen in the different movies. The Mask and Set It Off being a couple of those movies.
That's pretty great.
And now,
I don't even think they have any deleted scenes on here. It's unfortunate.
now it's time for food news. Kyle should be upset with himself because there's not a lot of food news.
So bummed.
Okay. Girl Scout Muddy Bites Samoa's cone, bobbers. Because they have the Thin Mint ones. And now they have the Samoa ones. I like Samoas. Don't make faces, Joseph.
I just don't like coconut, but Beth would probably like that.
That's a valid reason.
California Pizza Kitchen, it's got a new flavor in your grocer freezers. Dill pickle. Creamy garlic sauce, mozzarella cheese, and dill pickle bits. I'm about it.
Dude.
I love pickle.
California Pizza Kitchen, I didn't like them.
Walmart has got some lemon strawberry sorbet,
Ooh.
mango fruit bars, strawberry fruit bars, and coconut cream fruit bars. And Smucker's Uncrustables is putting out the just peanut butter sandwich. Just fucking peanut butter. No other stuff in it. Just an Uncrustable with peanut butter. True Fruit, one of the companies that makes the frozen fruit dipped in random shit, they have a chocolate peanut butter banana slices.
Okay.
So frozen banana slices covered in peanut butter and chocolate. What's not to love? Gushers is dropping a new blueberry grape and sour blueberry or sour raspberry combo.
They make new Gushers?
Yeah, new Gusher flavors, baby. Outback Steakhouse has a new appetizer. Fried mozzarella bloomerangs.
So
It's a breaded and fried mozzarella boomerang with blooming onion spices.
I don't know if that's enough to make me go back to Outback.
It's not, but I think that's clever.
it sounds good.
Guys, they're bringing back Bubblicious.
I didn't know it
Candy?
went anywhere.
Bubblicious original bubblegum flavor, and they're bringing back watermelon Bubblicious.
Ooh, dude, watermelon was my shit.
Yeah. They also have a new Mentos with 14 different flavors in it. Yeah.
Okay.
Are there even 14 mints in a roll of Mentos?
No. These are fruit flavors.
Okay.
And Airheads Extremes Very Berry.
It's extreme.
Feels like the 90s again.
We've also got White Nestle's Crunch coming out in Halloween this year.
Yeah.
Butterfinger Marshmallow. It has a marshmallow flavored chocolate coating outside of the crispity, crunchy, peanut buttery center of the Butterfinger. Also, Dr. Pepper Tic Tacs.
Well, maybe I can get my Dr. Pepper fix somehow.
Yep. And Peanut Nutella.
Wouldn't that be just peanut butter? Or is it peanut butter hazelnut mix?
It's not hazelnut, but it's peanut butter chocolate.
Okay.
Then we got Fritos, flavor twists, lime and jalapeno. Pillsbury Big cookie dough in chocolate chunk salted caramel, s'mores, and double chocolate cherry. Fruit Riot, those candy coated frozen grapes, have a extreme sour warhead collab. So they're now going to be coated in crushed extreme sour warhead. And quite possibly, no, one more before that. Snack Pack Chocolate Pudding is now having a Dove chocolate collab.
Ooh.
So, Dove chocolate pudding, dark chocolates, and in the Where Have You Been My Whole Life collaborations, Keebler Chips Deluxe is collabing with Nestle's Crunch to create Chips Deluxe Crunch. And I'm gonna send you the picture because goddamn.
Well, shit. Now, I didn't realize Chips Deluxe were still going.
Oh yeah, Chips Deluxe still out there, bro.
Because my step grandma's house, she always had a jar filled to the brim with those, and I ate way more of them than a kid should.
Proud do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks sexy, doesn't it?
I
Oh
would eat
damn! I gotta get in that.
it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would totally eat that.
Yeah.
I'll pay $5 for that.
Yeah, dude.
You know, that's what it's gonna be. That is the length and breadth of food news.
That's food news. That's it for this week.
All right. Well, I only have a douche. Sadly, nobody did anything nerdy enough.
I also have a douche.
I've got 4 nerds.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Way to pick up the slack.
Yeah.
Obviously, Orange Julius Caesar and everything he's been doing, but I'm not really in the mood to bang that drum again.
Yeah,
I think Kanye's Hitler song should win the week.
That's pretty awful.
Yeah, Ye wrote a song glorifying Hitler. You get millions of views on X because, of course, they're all about free speech there. It's gotten pulled by SoundCloud, Spotify, and most other streaming platforms.
he's gonna end up dead soon.
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to be an attack. I think he's going to do something to himself.
Yeah.
He's either going to hurt himself intentionally, or he's going to go so off the rails that he's going to try and medicate again and over medicate. Like he is
Or he's just
really
gonna
in a weird place.
he's gonna hurt himself.
Probably.
I mean in like the klutziest fashion possible, kind of, but it leads to at least bare minimum detrimental health effects. Like he's not okay.
It's been announced. It's confirmed.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
got mental issues.
Right.
And there's no one around him saying, "Hey man, maybe you should take this medication. Maybe you should get yourself looked into." He's just off the fucking rails.
Yeah. Joe, what's your?
I'm gonna get a little sportsy here. My douche is Rob Manfred. He is the commissioner of baseball. For he basically he just allowed players that were on the ineligibility list for the Hall of Fame to be eligible after they've died,
I think I just heard about
including
this.
Pete Rose, who passed away last year, which is kind of a douche thing because Pete Rose deserved to be in it. Nobody's going to break his records.
Did you hear who else?
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's pretty douchey. You couldn't do like anything for the guy while he was alive to put him in the Hall of Fame, which he deserved to be in. And just to do that now is kind of douchey.
So does this apply to anyone who has been, once they passed away, they can potentially get
He
in?
removed Pete Rose and 16 other players.
Okay, so he specifically picked a handful of
Yes.
players.
And I hope if when they elect Pete Rose in there, his family doesn't show up. Just as a fuck you. Because that's so douchey. But yeah.
All right, let's nerd it out
Yeah.
here. One Shelton Benjamin, professional wrestler. The other day, Hulk Hogan was making the rounds after the announcement of his like new business thing with Eric Bischoff, and he's talking about how he had like better relationships with the black wrestlers in the WWE, or so he thought. And Shelton did kind of what no one else has done, and he called Hogan out. And he called him out for his weak ass apology, his racist comments, and he also said, "quote Keep my name out of your fucking mouth."
He mentioned Shelton specifically as being a potential friend.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah. So bravo for Shelton for being like, nah, bro. A group of Quakers are marching more than 300 miles to demonstrate against the Trump administration's crackdown on immigrants. Organizers of the march say their protests seek to show solidarity with migrants, other groups that are being targeted by the administration. You know, you kind of fucked up when the Quakers are like, shit's not right.
Well, I believe the Quakers are a very scrupulous group. They would tend to speak their mind on these kind of things. If they start grabbing weapons, then shit's gotten real.
Yeah. So, thanks, Quakers. Next, the Episcopal Church
That's a tricky one to say.
has refused to settle white Afrikaners, citing moral opposition, because apparently you can only be a refugee in this country if you're white.
Yeah, because Orange Julius Caesar seems to believe that white people are now oppressed in South Africa, even though no one in South Africa is saying they're oppressed.
Yeah. This is just a way for them to pad the votes.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean that in like some weird conspiratorial thing. I mean like he knew he had lost the immigrants that were here because of how he's treating them. He knew it was going to be the Republican Party would be fucked come the primaries and any other election after this, and to help get that number back to where he needs it to be, he's bringing in white migrants who are going to thank him for bringing them here to this country. And if people can't see that, again, this isn't a side thing. This is black and white. You can look. This information is right there in front of you. Like it's pretty fucking obvious. And my last nerd of the week is I'm gonna need to find this motherfucker right here. Who's jerking off?
That's my wheel of the mouse.
Oh. It's so loud, bro.
That's weird.
So
Your
loud.
microphone picks up everything.
It is very
Yeah.
sensitive.
Giggity.
You jerk it off. Where is? Oh, is it on Facebook? Maybe. I hate when I have a story, right? And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be really cool. There it is. So after selling his tech company, Canadian millionaire Marcel Lebrun invested $4 million of his own money to build 99 fully equipped tiny homes for people experiencing homelessness in Fredericton. These homes, complete with kitchens, bathrooms, and solar panels, are part of a larger community that includes a coffee shop, a teaching kitchen, and a resident-run small businesses. His mission goes beyond charity, about restoring dignity and creating real opportunities for lasting time. So, of course, it's a Canadian. But hey, man, that's what you should be doing. You 99 homes for homeless people, and that was only $4 million of your like multi billions of dollars. See, people, it doesn't take much.
99 new homes for people. Yeah, I should have stopped. I had nothing to finish it off.
Nope. So, yeah, there are some good people out there, just in Canada. Oh God.
Oh, that's right. Kyle's not here.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. If you like what you hear, go to facebook.com/nerdities, at nerdities on Twitter. Help me and join my growing legion against one Elon Musk. I enjoy Twitter so much these days. Daily, we get new followers and retweets of the shit I call him out for. You little bitch. Anyways, also at nerdities on Instagram. And ProWrestlingTees.com/nerdities. NERDATIES. Buy them shirts.
Go to facebook.com/nerdies. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to all things nerdies. And remember, ring the bell to get notified when new content is coming. Because new content is coming, including Season 2 of Nerdaties, which will be theme park themed. We have a Halloween special, which is our Treat House Horror anthology. And there will be a Christmas special dubbed Justin's Hell. Justin's personal hell?
Working title. We actually have a name for it, I think.
Pretty sure we do.
And we have 100 greatest lists. That's
100 great movie quotes.
Quotes. That was it. It was quotes.
Featuring a very special guest who has, I think, his list completed now.
Also, check out these interviews we're doing. We just did another one today. It was great.
Yeah, dude.
We've had
a good. You know what else they can check out come Memorial Day weekend?
What?
Our brand new show. EPW. Do you like D&D? Do you like us? Do you like pro wrestling? You don't even have to like all three. Even if you just like us and you like when we write shit, you're gonna fucking love this show. Quite the cast of characters, and it stars myself, Michael, Kyle, James from Exposing James, former intern Kelly, and her husband. And it is fucking fun. I have to finish writing this week's campaign because I've been fairly busy. Almost there. I think I got 2.5 shows left. But we have done some really fun shit. And what makes it even more entertaining is the fact that even with me writing stuff out, I and everyone else are all at the will of the dice.
As ever, the ultimate tormentor.
Because like Mike had a character who was like maxed out, right?
She was my overall best numbered character.
On paper, great stats. She recently won her first match, and we've been doing this for 3 months.
It was very lucky I was having good success story-wise with my main guy and win-wise with my tag team, or I would have been so depressed with how bad she was doing.
Yeah. And how she got that one win also sets up great things for the future. I am really happy with the way everything is going. And you can buy those characters' T-shirts on that ProWrestlingTees.com/Nerdaties shop, like JDP's Vengeful God shirt, or who the fuck else do we got so far? Gray Matter.
Oh, Great Matter's not in there yet, but
And the
That'd be good.
EPW logo.
the EPW logo got super high Mickey hookahs. I
Yeah.
banged that one out real quick. I don't remember. Did I put the Queen Rex one in there because I have her finished?
I haven't even looked at them yet. Because
Okay, I put a bunch in.
yeah, I'm waiting for you to tell me that the first round is completely done because I'm going to launch them all at once.
Okay.
But
So-
fun times. It's going to be fun.
yours is in there.
Is it? You did the back?
Well, actually, just the first image for that. I gotta do the back still. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's everything. Yes.
That is a shoe.
All right. The opinions of the Nerdies crew are idiotic and poorly thought out, but don't worry, next week's will be far more insulting. Farouk Brewer.
Bye.
Work